Hi all, welcome to another math class. Today we are going to talk about divisibility. We've seen in the earlier chapter what divisibility is. When a number is divided by another number and we get the remainder as 0, then we say that the dividend is divisible by the divisor. For example, when you do 12 divided by 6, you get the remainder as 0. So we say 12 is divisible by 6. Let's see if we can learn some rules about divisibility of different numbers. Let's look at the different divisibility tests. The first test, divisibility test by 2. Here is the rule. If a number has to be divisible by 2, the number must be an even number. Let's take a look at an example. Consider the numbers 12, 15 and 20. So 12 and 20 are even numbers. They are divisible by 2. Whereas 15 is an odd number. It is not divisible by 2. Let's check. So we know for divisibility the remainder should be 0. So let's see if 12 is divisible by 2. We just have to do a test. 2 6 are 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. See, the remainder is 0. How about for 15? If you divide 15 with 2, you get 2 7s are 14. The remainder is not 0. Therefore, 15 is not divisible by 2. Now you tell me if this number is divisible by 2. What do you think? This is an even number because it is ending with 4. Therefore, this is divisible by 2. How about this? This is not divisible by 2 because 3 is an odd number. So, for a number to be divisible by 2, the number has to be an even number. That is your rule for divisibility test of 2. Now, let's go to the next one. Divisibility test by 3. So, for this, when a number is given, you have to add all the digits of that number. If the sum is a multiple of 3, then we can say that the number is divisible by 3. Let's take a look at an example. 21, 35, 52. Let's first add the digits. 21, 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is a multiple of 3. Therefore, 21 passes the test. How about 35? 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is not a multiple of 3. Therefore, 35 is not divisible by 3. How about 52? Add the digits. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 is not a multiple of 3. Therefore, 52 is not divisible by 3. Now, why don't you try? I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see if 6135 is divisible by 3. What do you do? As soon as you see the number, you have to add up the digits. 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5. That is 5 is 15. Is 15 a multiple of 3? Yes. 3 into 5 is 15. Therefore, 6135 passes the test. And it is, quick check. We know that when we do the division, we need to get the remainder as 0. Let's see if you're getting the remainder 0. 3 2s are 6. 0. You bring 13 down, you put 0. 3 4s are 12 minus, bring this 5 down, 3 5s are 15. We get the remainder as 0. Therefore, 6135 is divisible by 3. So, the rule is this. If a number has to be divisible by 3, you have to add up the digits. If the sum of that number is a multiple of 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Let's go to the next test. We look at divisibility test by 5. This is an easy rule. Any number ending in 5 or 0 is divisible by 5. In other words, if you find 5 or 0 in the ones place, you can say that the number is divisible by 5. Tell me these numbers: 275, 310, 316, 700. Which number passes the divisibility test of 5? 275 has 5 in the ones place, so it is divisible by 5. 310 has 0, it is divisible by 5. Remember, it has to have either 5 or 0 in the ones place. 316 does not pass the test because you have 6 in the ones place. 700 passes the test because it has got 0 in the ones place. So remember, if a number ends in 5 or 0, you can say that the number is divisible by 5. No matter how big the number, all you need to do is to look at the ones place and see if you can find 5 or 0. Let's go to the next one. Divisibility test by 10. This is also quite simple and straightforward. If a number ends in 0, it is divisible by 10. That's it. If a number ends in 0, if you find 0 in the ones place, it is divisible by 10. Here's an example: 2480, 34210, 3548. Which of these numbers are divisible by 10? This is divisible because you have 0 here. This is divisible because you have 0 in the ones place. Here you have 8 in the ones place. So 3548 is not divisible by 10. You can do a test. You can do a check by just doing the division and seeing if you get a remainder 0. Let's do for 3548. We are doing a check. 10 3s are 30 minus 5, 4 comes down, 10 5s are 50 minus 4, 8 comes down, 10 4s are 40. Look at the remainder. 48 minus 40 is 8. It is not 0. So therefore, this number is not divisible by 10. Let's do another test. This is divisibility test by 6. So far we've seen divisibility test by 2, divisibility test by 3, by 5, by 10. Now we are doing divisibility test by 6. Here's the rule. If a number is divisible by 2 and 3, it is divisible by 6. That's it. You have to see if the number is divisible by 2 and 3. Then you can say it is divisible by 6. Let's consider these numbers: 2136 and 3519. So, first you need to see if this number is divisible by 2. 2136. Is it divisible by 2? Remember, it needs to be an even number. Yes, it is. 6 is an even number, so this 2136 is divisible by 2. How about divisible by 3? For divisible, if you have to see if the number is divisible by 3, you need to add the digits. 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 6. We get it as 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 12 is a multiple of 3. 3 into 4. Therefore, it passes the divisibility test of 3 as well. So, since it is divisible by 2 and divisible by 3, we can say 2136 is divisible by 6. It passes the test. Let's see if this number 3519 is divisible by 6. Let's do the divisibility by 2 test. Is it divisible by 2? 3519 is not divisible by 2 because 9 is an odd number. So 3519, since it does not pass the test, it is not divisible by 6. You can check for 3, but it doesn't matter. 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. It is a multiple of 3. So it passes the test of 3. This number is divisible by 3, but it is not divisible by 2. Therefore, 3519 is not divisible by 6. Remember, the number has to be divisible by both 2 and 3. So, here's the rule. Once again, for a number to be divisible by 6, the number has to be divisible by 2 and 3. Let's go to the next test, divisibility test by 9. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. Let's take an example. 936. Sum of its digits is 9 plus 3 plus 6, which is 18. 18 is a multiple of 9, 9 into 2. Therefore, we can say 936 is divisible by 9. You want to do a check? If you have to do a check, we just have to do 936 divided by 9. 9 ones are 9. 0. If you have to be 3 and 6 down, you put 0. 36. 9 fours are 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. We get the remainder 0. Therefore, we know that 936 is divisible by 9. Here's another example. 105874. Is this number divisible by 9? Let's add up the digits. 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 4. You get this as 25. 25 is not divisible by 9. It is not a multiple of 9. Therefore, this number 105874 is not divisible by 9. Remember, the rule is if a number has to be divisible by 9, the sum of the digits must be a multiple of 9. Let's recap what we have learned today. Have a look at this table. So, if a number has to be divisible by 2, the rule is the last digit is even or 0. For 3, the rule is you take the sum of digits, and if the sum of digits is divisible by 3, we can say that the number is divisible by 3. For 5, the last digit has to be 5 or 0. For 6, the rule is the number has to be divisible by both 2 and 3. For 9, sum of digits has to be divisible by 9. And for 10, the last digit has to be 0. So there you go. I hope all the divisibility rules are clear to you and you have understood them. You can find this chapter in your textbook from page number 74 to 79. I suggest that you read the chapter and answer all the practice questions. When you do that, you will really get good at divisibility tests. Happy learning. Bye.